Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
After 9 long months at the International Space Station, NASA astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore have safely splashed back down to planet Earth. Along with NASA astronaut Nick Hague and Russian cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov, the group of 4 known as Crew-9 returned back to Earth aboard a SpaceX Dragon capsule. Now let's take a look at some of NASA's most fascinating coverage of last night's win.
While on board the International Space Station, Nick, Suni, Butch, and Alexander contributed to over 900 hours of science and research investigations, which is really the key purpose of the International Space Station.
Right there, have our first view of Dragon Freedom coming home to Earth.
And that view is from the WB-57, which is one of NASA's high-altitude planes that is tracking.
Of the triumph, the White House tweeted, "Promise made, promise kept."
There you are getting a great view of Crew-9 inside Dragon Freedom as it returns back to Earth. We are awaiting the drogue deploys. This view coming from the WB-57 high-altitude plane. And there you see it on your screen, drogue deployment.
Drogue descent rate nominal.
Crew-9 splashed down off the coast of Florida at just about 5:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We can see the crew there using their restraints as resting places for their arms. They were just in space moments ago, so their arms were able to float freely.
And splashdown, Crew-9 back on Earth.
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown. Good main release.
Copy, splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Suni, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
NASA Commercial Crew Program Manager Steve Stitch described the moment as, quote, 9 months in the making.
You can see folks on board clapping as our first crew member.
And that is NASA astronaut Nick Hague, commander of Crew-9. Now out of Crew Dragon Freedom. Next up, out of the capsule, we expect Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov. His first space flight. Spent 171 days in space.
Looks like we're getting some cheers and clapping on board as Alexander is slid down the little ramp and placed into the mobility aid. That is none other than Suni Williams. Big smile, big waves.
That leaves NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore inside Dragon in seat 4. We're getting some views of him now as he egresses or exits the spacecraft.
Elation and cheers there from Butch Wilmore.
On behalf of everyone here at KPVM Television, we wish Crew-9 a speedy recovery as you transition back to Earth. Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.